still doesn't get it. Do you see this? Holy fuck.
I know it's hard to understand why trans people are religious.
Holy fuck. You know what this is like? It's like when you you hear the memes about people that can't understand per capita, and then you go through it. That's what this is. This dude legitimately doesn't get it. Your argument is this. I'll steel man your argument. It doesn't matter what the Bible...
have been notoriously bad at steel manning this entire night. Let's not.
I disagree with you. Anyways, I'll finish my point. Your argument is this. Look, it doesn't matter if abortion's in the Bible because Christians get a moral framework from the Bible and think that tells them what to think.
It is. Yes.
Please be quiet because Christians
disagree? Do you disagree?
You interrupted me to agree with me and then say you disagree.
Yeah.
So be quiet.
On what I said.
So just be quiet. Right?
Bro.
So because with abortion.
How much longer?
Leave. Why I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm confused. Why keep interrupting to say how much longer? I've already said you are free to leave whenever you want.
So I'll go back to this.
Is that disrespectful to you or what? He's literally
it's more disrespectful to stay and keep interrupting, to be honest.
It's not disrespectful to let a monologue for 3 minutes?
No. I let you talk as much as you want.
It's never 3 minutes. I swear. It's never
you didn't count the last one speaking.
So what happens is we have these.
Times ago, it was a minute and 30 seconds. I did finally.
We have the interruptions. Then we have these discussions. That goes 4 minutes, and then I speak for a minute and a half, and then you go. Let's move on. Every time. So I'm going to finish it. So with abortion, it doesn't matter if it's really in the Bible or not. All that matters is we think that we're informed by our religion on how to vote in abortion. Therefore, that makes that Christian nationalist. However, for some reason, what we think we're informed of about murder, which comes from the Bible, that doesn't make it Christian nationalist.
Because it's not inherently Christian doctrine.
Okay, but neither's abortion. It's not inherently Christian doctrine.
You think it is, I guess.
What are you talking about? No, I don't. I think non-religious people could be against abortion.
Okay.
So then it's
not Christian nationalism. Why do you want to advocate for a state policy, though?
Because...
Why don't you use a different argument?
What are you talking about?
Why do you use a religious argument?
Because that's where I can't help it. That's where my morality comes from.
Except it's not in there. So what exactly are you using for a religious argument?
But why is that relevant?
It means that you're dangerously trying to enact law that you don't even know is in the Bible or not.
Okay, then it's not Christian nationalism because it's not in the Bible.
Kind of the dangerous part?
It's not Christian nationalism. It's not in the Bible.
It is because you think it is Christian morality.
You think it is, so it's Christian nationalism. Right. And it's
trying to favor your interpretation.
My morality comes from everything that I think is moral or not comes from my Christian belief.
It's
that means no matter what I push for, it will be based in my Christian faith.
It's in your interpretation, yeah.
Okay,
nonetheless, wrong.
If you say that makes it Christian nationalism, who cares if you think that my interpretation is correct or not? It's still Christian nationalism, according to you.
No.
So just maybe let me ask Circa, for those Christians that believe like they'll twist up and say, oh, the Bible was actually talking about little boys as in kids. They didn't say men can't marry men. So what about the Christians that believe gay marriage should be allowed? Are the ones that are voting for gay marriage to be allowed, is that Christian nationalism too?
No.
Why?
Is that favoring a religion?
Yes,
yeah, they believe that. Yeah, they believe that under Christianity they're allowed to have gay marriage.
Marriage is not inherently Christian, guys. It existed long before Christianity.
Neither's abortion.
What the fuck?
Neither's abortion.
Every time you're asked a question about like if Christians vote for a certain thing,
take everything in the world and think it's Christian.
Right, but you said if they think it is, that's Christian nationalism.
People getting married. So
it shouldn't matter. Why do you keep going to what you interpret the Bible as?
They don't think they're advancing Christianity here.
Yes, they
do. I just gave the example. Why are you changing my example, Circa?
I don't know how I'm changing your example, man.
There are Protestants that think that gay marriage should be legal, correct?
Legal then.
Yes, correct. You agree with that?
Okay.
And they say, we think the Bible... Let me finish. They say, we think the Bible allows this and encourages it. Encourages people to engage in monogamous relations. Correct?
Okay.
So why is that not Christian nationalism? They're voting for it because of their religious morality.
Okay, so what they are voting for, Rob, definitionally is Christian nationalism, right?
That's your claim, correct?
What they think it is, yeah.
Okay!
Is is that actually how the policy gets enacted?
It doesn't matter.
I would say it's wrong to think about it that way.
It's still
I'm advocating
Christian.
that.
It's still Christian nationalism.
Rob, I'm advocating that thinking of this in a secular way, as in trying to eliminate what you think of favoring religion as on the behalf of the state. I think that is more beneficial to Christians.
But it's impossible for Christians.
No, it's not.
You've conceded the following. Everyone uses their moral framework when voting, correct?
You don't have to completely only use Christian morality.
Do you completely use your morality when you vote?
I have it be informed by a bunch of different things.
But it's your morality
is informed by Christian morality as well.
It's your morality that's always
now,
being used.
Now, do I go and enact a policy that favors a religion?
It's your morality that you use, right?
I swear to God, this is not hard.
It's your morality that you use, right?
Am I favoring a religion?
It doesn't matter. It's your morality that you use.
Because that's the definition of secularism.
It doesn't matter. Is it your morality that you're using and favoring?
It's not favoring a religion?
Is it your morality that you're using and favoring?
Sure, Rob.
Okay, so if Christians inherently get their morality from Christianity, and they always use their morality when they vote, what's the conclusion there?
They don't have to only favor their section of Christianity.
They do, because the truth.
No, they don't, Rob. I'm sorry. You're just.
That's not true. By definition, Christians
everything you vote
the
on
truth
does not
comes
favor
from God.
one religion or another. Everything you vote on.
Their morality comes from God.
What the fuck? What are we doing? Like, he's interrupting me every fucking 2 seconds, and we're like moderating me. What the fuck is going on?
I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
Okay. Everything you vote on does not favor a certain brand of Christianity. Yes or no?
No.
Thank you.
Everything you vote for favors your morality, which comes from Christianity. Yes or no?
It doesn't have to favor a certain.
Does it favor your morality?
Like religion.
Does it favor your morality?
We're talking about religion, dude.
Does it favor your morality? Why can I answer your question so quickly and you can't answer mine?
I did already.
No, does it favor everything?
I said it favors my morality.
Okay, and so if Christians' morality comes
that doesn't
from
mean
Christianity,
it advances a certain type of
then
religion.
Every time they vote, it will favor their religion.
No, it doesn't.
Then explain to me how that's not the case.
You already said that every time you vote doesn't mean you're advancing your religion.
Like abortion.
No, you just said. You said earlier. No, it
that's
doesn't.
my belief, not yours.
Oh my fucking.
Your belief was, we just went through this with abortion. Your belief was abortion's not mentioned in the Bible, and Christians falsely interpret it. And there's other reasons to be against abortion other than Christianity. And yet, when Christians vote against abortion, that's Christian nationalism. And now you're like, but if there's other reasons, you might vote, then why is that Christian
to try
nationalism?
And favor their religion, definitionally it would be Christian nationalism, man. It's about applying a framework. It's about applying a framework of Christianity to state.
So what you just said there, Circa,
I'll be right back.
I just want to read Re-Examination Show's chat here, because that's kind of what I'm getting here from what you're saying. That like if not all Christians want the same thing, then there's no measure to identify what a Christian policy is, making it secular.
Perfect. This is perfect. So why would you try and legislate it?
But it wouldn't matter to you, right? Because it
would.
No
I want Christians
measure.
to flourish. I want Christians to flourish. If we can't figure out what Christians actually want, why would we try and legislate it like we know what they want? Think about it.
But
that's the problem.
What is you're saying? That's like a should. That's like a should question. But
he just said
we're
it.
still not figuring out what Christian nationalism is.
If he just said, if
you kind of switched to should we use Christian nationalism? We're still trying to figure out what it is to you. Like, so it's a state religion to you.
I've already defined it. It's when you apply a policy framework to a state
that is in favor of a religion. So every single state right now,
not Christian doctrine, but a religious doctrine.
Yeah. So every single state right now that has
some
abortion allowed is an Islamic state, right?
Yeah, not an Islamic state. What?
Well, yeah, it would be a religious state because like Islam is for abortion, so Muslims would be voting for abortion, which would mean that like they're Islamic states, I guess, religion states.
So Muslims in the Quran and specifically the Hadith The soul, they say,
it doesn't enter the body till a certain time.
Like 140 days.
I don't care about the doctrine. I don't need to run through all that. I'm asking.
Well,
a simple
abortion is
question.
technically
does it make
illegal
it Islamic State
after 140 days.
What I'm really just trying to get is like a solid definition of what like a state religion is, but like it seems like you kind
it's when you try to apply a policy or
over.
framework of a certain type of doctrine that favors one religion, and you use the state to do that. And Reexamination's comment is,
but when you say favor one religion, right? Atheists could also vote in things that favor one religion, and that wouldn't be Christian nationalism.
That would be non-secular, actually, if they tried to vote with the mindset of advancing like some sort of policy framework that is inherently religious doctrine. Obviously, yeah.
No, no, because I asked you about the atheists that want to just they say gay marriage spreads more STDs. We don't want to do it.
That wouldn't be favoring a religion for one, but I think we'd have to take that with
same outcome.
We'd have to weigh it on its weight, though,
gay
right?
marriage.
We'd have to measure it on its weight.
Why it's confusing of what you say a state religion is.
Well,
because
no, it's
if
not.
Christians vote for no gay marriage, it's a state religion. If atheists vote for no gay marriage, it's not a state religion.
No, it's about applying the policy. It's about applying the policy framework of the specific brand of religious doctrine that you think it is.
Right. So as long as Christians don't say that they're Christians, they can enact any Christian policies?
No, because the framework they're going to apply is going to be.
What if atheists said, everybody has to go to church on Sunday or you get a fine? Atheists.
Wouldn't that be favoring a religion?
No, they didn't say any specific church or anything. They just said you have to do it. It's atheists.
You have to choose, though.
I'm asking you a question. You keep asking me questions. I'm asking you a simple question. If atheists vote, you have to go to church. Very simple.
Yeah, what church?
Atheist, I don't care. They say you have to go to a church on Sunday.
Holy fuck. Okay, so you are favoring certain religions that have churches now.
All right, so you just
right? Not every religion has a church, man.
Okay, let's just say they have to meditate for a religion.
Okay, so now we're favoring religions that value meditation.
It doesn't have to value meditation. There are religions that don't
value meditation. You said meditation is state mandated.
No,
so crazy
it doesn't value it. Let's name a religion that doesn't value prayer or meditation. Name one.
What?
Name a religion that doesn't value like prayer or meditation.
I mean, prayer or meditation? I mean, spiritually, I can't really think of one off the top of my head. How about I mean, we can think of something like Norse mythology.
Okay, Norse mythology. So even though they don't value prayer or meditation, hypothetically, still we say, even despite that, you could go ahead and you could contemplate and meditate on Norse mythology, no problem. So it doesn't matter if they value that, you're still. So it's not excluding them.
It's about the state mandating what you think the policy framework of that doctrine is.
Okay,
again,
like I'm not this religion, this specific part of it. I just want to go back to the speak. I think you're absolutely. I think you're absolutely right, Speakeasy, and this is the point I was getting with murder. Right? If you take to the logical, if you take to the logical extension of what he's saying, if an atheist votes to make murder illegal, then that's not a religious nationalism. But if a Christian votes and does so through a Christian framework, then that same policy is Christian nationalism. When the Christian votes,
except thou shalt not murder is not Christian.
Abortion's not Christian doctrine.
Yeah, but they think it is.
Okay,
if you're saying that because Christians believe murder is wrong because it is Christian doctrine, and then they advance a policy framework onto the state to enact that, then yes, it is Christian nationalism.
Right, and why do Christians think murder is wrong?
I mean, they inform themselves from the Bible.
Right. So if a Christian votes against making murder illegal, it's Christian nationalism.
Sure. Is that favoring one religion over another?
You say yes.
Is it favoring one religion over another?
Yes, that's your argument. You just said it. You 5 seconds ago just said it. Here's your argument.
Islam thinks we should stone women in the streets if they cheat on their husbands.
So
But
did
listen,
Christianity at one
give me
point,
just
so
give me 30 seconds. You just said it. You're making two premises, right? You're like, if it favors one religion over another, it's Christian nationalism.
I didn't know murder was proprietary to
the
Christianity.
conclusion is, you're like, yes, if
I didn't know murder was proprietary.
let me finish. Then you're like, yes, if a Christian votes against murder because of their religion, yes, it's Christian nationalism. Therefore, seeing as how you're saying that's favoring one religion over another to be Christian nationalist, yes, according to you, a Christian voting against murder because they believe through their religion murder is bad is favoring their religion over another. Yes.
I mean, some values and morals overlap, like my commenter just said.
Okay, but you just said that in that specific, you're right, like abortion.
I mean, it seems like you think they're informing themselves only of Christian doctrine, which is inerrant because
that's
it's not.
That's not true. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's scrap it.
Yeah. I know you're trying to trap me in like a definitional stand.
Do you acknowledge that there are at least
and I just want you to realize that my definition of Christian nationalism, again, is a policy framework that is going to be enacted upon the state.
Yes,
legislatively.
Christians pushing policies that favor
Christians
them.
that want to say that murder is wrong simply because of Christian doctrine would be trying to enact Christian nationalism.
Right. Well, you acknowledge this. There are at least some Christians that their entire moral framework of what they think is right and wrong and good and bad comes from their religion.
I think most Christians would probably get a lot of it from their religion, right?
All of it, let's say.
All of it?
Yes.
So murder is wrong. It comes from Christianity.
Correct. That's what they believe. The reason they might say people that aren't Christians.
It's not really what happens. It's not really reality.
Let me finish. They might say people that aren't Christians could think murder is wrong. But the reason I think murder is wrong is because my God said so.
Now, if you're trying to prescribe that policy framework onto the state, and you're using that reason alone,
before we get there,
that's my definition.
Before we get there, I'm asking you, do you acknowledge there are Christians that believe that?
Probably, yeah.
Would you say it's most of them?
I can't say that.
Would you say it's a huge group of them?
I literally can't. I can't answer this, Rob.
Okay, but you'll acknowledge there's at least one.
Sure.
So there's at least one Christian out there that their entire morality comes from God, or what they think God says, correct?
What they think God says, yeah. What they think God says.
So that person, is there a potential policy that person could ever vote for because his entire morality is that it comes from what he thinks God says? Is there any policy that that person could vote for the state to enact that wouldn't be Christian nationalism?
If he's doing it solely because he thinks it's Christian doctrine, he would be advancing a state religion, Rob.
And so you're saying that, yeah. So the answer is no. There is no policy.
That's kind of what I think is bad.
So your answer is no then. So your answer is no. There is no policy that Christian could ever vote for that wouldn't be Christian nationalism.
If we assume every single position of his is to make the state have a state religion, Rob, then yeah.
Again, do you see the conflation of words here?
Didn't you just say that his entire policy is based on religion?
Do you see the conflation of words here? Now you go back to
separating them when you can't.
Now you go back to if it's about advancing a state religion, but we're disagreeing on what state religion means. So why add that confusing term?
This guy wants state religion, Rob.
You're saying that
doesn't he wants state religion?
He wants policies informed by his morality, and his entire morality.
He wants his religion.
Let me finish.
By the state.
Let me finish. He wants policies informed by his morality, and his entire morality is informed by his religion. So is that
the state to
so? By your definition, is that him prioritizing state religion?
Yes, he's preferencing only his religion.
So then that means. Last question here. Any policy that person would vote for would be him prioritizing state religion.
That person specifically? Yes.
So that means
I think if you ask them, Rob, he'll probably tell you.
Thank you so much.
Wouldn't he tell you I am?
So here we go. Christians that are listening.
Wait, do you think this guy is trying to not do state religion?
I define state religion differently than you. I define state religion differently than you.
Sorry, this guy's trying to do state religion, but he doesn't want it.
No, I don't define that as state religion. You do. Now, to the Christians
you don't think
out
this
there,
guy is advocating, this hypothetical guy who wants only all of the policy in the government to be informed by what he thinks his religion says to be state religion?
Yes, I do not think that's state religion.
What do you think state religion means?
State religion is the state having an official religion. Like the government says, we are a Catholic government.
And who's informing that? Like, okay, let's say this guy's Catholic. He believes all of his morality is informed by Catholicism.
Correct.
Is that advancing the state religion?
it could advance what he thinks
Is
are the
it or is
religious
it not,
values,
Rob?
but that's not state religion.
I'm sorry. No, it is.
I'm not defining state religion as the same as you. No, a Catholic saying I'm against abortion, but I don't want the
That's
government
awesome.
to have an official state
That's
Catholic
awesome.
religion. In my
Dude,
interpretation,
it's like Schrodinger's government.
Is not. I mean, this again truly
Dude,
amazing.
it's both there and not there. I got
This
it.
is very similar to the definition of religion.
Dude,
So give me a minute.
Schrodinger's state religion.
Let's get a little meta here. Remember when I said, "What's the definition of religion?" And he was
Almost
like,
ironically meta enough as Schrodinger's cat.
Could you just be quiet? Could you just be quiet? Like your little.
I want to hear
your
you.
little
I want to
chat.
hear you call Schrodinger's government, please.
Right. So I'm going to explain this. So when we were talking about religion, he said, my definition of religion is belief in the supernatural. And I was like, well, I think that's stupid. A person could believe in ghosts and that's not their religion. And his response, he's like, yeah, that's a bad definition. And then his response was, so you think trans are supernatural? And I'm like, no, that's not my definition of religion. Same thing's happening here. He's like, my definition of advancing state religion is if you
said it was religious.
Let me finish. Right. He still doesn't get it. Do you see this? Holy fuck.
I know it's hard to understand why trans people are religious.
Holy fuck. You know what this is like? It's like when you you hear the memes about people that can't understand per capita. And then you go through it. That's what this is. This dude legitimately doesn't get it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that's.
This is what. Let me walk you through again, audience. Listen to this.
Dude, you've walked me through a bunch of things.
No, not you. You're a fucking imbecile. I'm not walking you through shit. I'm talking to the audience. He believes his definition of religion is belief in a supernatural entity, like an ogre, or like a magical dragon, or a ghost. He believes that's religion. I'm like, that's stupid. That's not what I think religion is. If you try to enact state policy on the dragon, maybe. He says, but wait a minute. You said that you think progressive ideology is a religion, so therefore you think it's a ghost? And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I don't think that's what religion is. And he's like, oh,
did I say that?
You think trans or supernatural?
Did I say it's a ghost?
You said it's a belief in the supernatural. Now let's go back to this.
Really? Like
now
Casper?
let's go. Now, do you see this? So he defines
it's like
something.
Trans people are Casper.
So he defines something as a shitty definition. And then when I point out that definition shit, he goes, yeah, but let's look at something you believe. According to my shitty definition, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, right, but I don't believe your shitty definition. And you're like, oh, that's Schrodinger's government. Now, let me make it clear once more. State government is the state having an official government.
Religion, so.
State government. Or state religion is the state having
an official. He wants to enact state religion.
State religion is the state having an official religion. A person having their morality informed by Christianity and voting based on their religion is not state religion.
No, you declared a guy who wants state religion, de facto, like definitively.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This guy wants to do only all of his morality, what he thinks Christian morality is, and enact the state to do it.
Every single person wants the state to enact policies.
He wants to favor his religion.
Let me finish. Every single person, religious or not, wants
this. How many times are we going to fucking go through this?
If you would shut up, we could get through it faster. Every single person, religious or not, every single person, religious or not, wants the state to enact the policies that they push for. And those policies are informed by their morality. Christians' morality is formed by their religion. That doesn't mean that they want. That doesn't mean that they want a state religion any more than an atheist that wants policies informed by their morality isn't pushing for state atheism.
When you vote as a Christian, you're not always advancing preference on behalf of the state for your religion.
Yes, you are in the hypothetical we just talked about, which is the majority of Christians, which is if all of your morality comes from Christianity, you said that every single policy that you would push for would be advancing state religion. Every single one.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
All right. I don't know.
You're just assuming that every Christian can only think of voting with Christian morality and they know what it is. I'm sorry.
Under this hypothetical, you acknowledge that there are at least some Christians.
In this hypothetical, you brought forth a guy who wants state religion and he probably would declare.
No, I don't believe he wants state religion. That's what you're saying.
He just wants the state to do everything that he thinks is religion.
Everybody wants the state to do everything they want. And the reason they want things is because of their morality and their philosophy. So if a Christian gets all of their morality through Christianity, that's not state religion. That's no different than the atheist.
What people want is not always what they think religion needs to be for everyone else.
Who said that? You just said
What is-
you said over and over. You've said this through
Lord.
policy.
That's a whole different debate.
Right.
I
I'm
just
not
don't
saying.
What do
even
you mean? That's
understand
the
why we're
debate.
bringing that up.
Trying to enact law for other people, in which you just, it's hard to do that as a Christian. That's the whole debate.
No.
Well, no, but right now you're talking about what a state religion is. So, like, I don't even know why that's
Right. So again, if we go back
It's
to the abortion
relevant.
secular
argument,
state, man.
You-
I don't know how to make this any clearer.
it can't be. If your definition, I'm saying that your definition is so bad, and if we accept your definition that state religion, let me finish, and we accept your
Oh my
definition of state
fucking
religion
Lord,
means
bro.
if a Christian gets their morality informed through Christianity and then votes for a policy based on their morality, that is Christian nationalism. That's advancing a state religion. I'm saying that means that any Christian that gets their morality through Christianity, anytime they vote for any policy, by de facto, according to you, is them pushing a state religion, which means they shouldn't do that. It would be bad for Christians for them to do that, which is asinine.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for your concession.